Taking the good with the ups and downs. I wanna see how the world turns round. Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may be. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Hi guys, I hope you and your loved ones are doing as well as can be today. So I got some more bad news about my blood clot, and unfortunately I have to go back to the hospital today. So last week I found out that my DVT, my blood clot in my right arm next to my PICC line, has gotten bigger. Unfortunately, it's gotten bigger despite the fact that I've been on blood thinners for about a month now. They originally found the blood clot a month ago, and then I have been on blood thinners ever since. So, the fact that it's getting bigger is pretty concerning because I have been on the blood thinners that should be treating it and making it get smaller, or at least not bigger. So, my doctors are very concerned. My hematologist and my cardiologist are very, very concerned. Blood clots are very serious, and they are trying to decide on what the plan is. They both want my PICC line to come out like immediately, which is totally fine with me because I've had it for over a year. It's actually been almost 15 months or over 14 months, so it's really time for it to go. Thankfully, it actually is still working okay, which thank God, that's a miracle. That's really, really amazing that it's still working because it's actually an occlusive blood clot. It was previously non-occlusive, so in the beginning it was small and wasn't big enough to cover my PICC line, the catheter that I have inside of my veins. But apparently, as of last week, the ultrasound that I had last week showed that the blood clot is now bigger and it's occlusive, which means it's blocking the catheter apparently. So it's really a miracle that I'm still able to run my daily IV fluids and I'm still able to use my PICC line just like normal. I am about to hook up right now to my IV. My nurse was just here and she flushed it like normal and everything is working well. So we don't really know how that's possible since it's an occlusive blood clot, but I'm not going to question it because it's really good. God is good and He knows how much I need my fluids. If it wasn't working, I would be admitted to the hospital indefinitely until my cardiologist makes a decision on what she's going to replace my PICC line with. Because they decided that the PICC line has to come out, but they haven't decided what they're going to replace it with. Like if it's going to be another port, or which I've already had two of, one on each side. And the last time I got a port on my left side, there was too much scar tissue to get it on the right side for my first port, so they had to put it on the left side. So now I don't know if I don't know what they're gonna do if there's too much scar tissue on the left side as well. I have to pray really hard about that because I really need my daily IV fluids. They keep me stable, they keep my vitals stable, my heart rate, my blood pressure, oxygen, they keep everything stable. Like my vitals are already not stable, but without the IV fluids, they're even more unstable. They're really, really bad. My blood pressure gets really low and my heart rate gets really high. Sometimes I faint. I've even gone into shock. I get really sick without my IV fluids. I can't even really function without them. I have no energy even with the IV fluids, but it does give me some energy, so it's definitely better than nothing. It's helped my POTS so much, more than any other medications that I'm on. I'm on a couple heart medications and blood pressure medications, but they haven't helped as much as the IV fluids. So I think that's why my cardiologist is taking a long time to make a decision on what the plan is and what the next step is going to be, because as she said, it's too risky for me to keep the PICC line, but it's also risky to have a port. When I had a port last year, I had a blood clot in my port. This is now my second blood clot. So I think that's why it's taking a while for my doctors to make a decision. It's all up in the air right now, and I'm kind of nervous because it's been a week since they found out that it's gotten bigger, but they still haven't come to a decision yet. So hopefully soon. I am gonna set up my IV fluids, and then I'm gonna quickly nebulize and get ready to leave for my appointment. I'm pretty much already ready. My mom is going to take me, and hopefully it won't take too long. I'm just having a repeat ultrasound on my right arm to see how my blood clot is doing since it was progressing last week. They just want to see if it's still progressing or if it's the same or if it's gotten better, hopefully. And I should have the results by tomorrow. Last week I had the results the day after I had the ultrasound, so I might update when I get the results before I end this vlog, and if I don't put it in the vlog, I will definitely update on my Instagram. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, then follow me on there. Okay, so I have my IV fluids up and running, and now I'm just gonna nebulize. It's something I'm supposed to do 2 to 3 times a day. To be honest, I usually do it like once a day because I don't find that it helps me very much. I still have severe asthma. I have regular asthma attacks. I am on 2 liters of oxygen, sometimes 3 liters, which helps. It's pretty much the only thing that helps, but even with oxygen, my oxygen saturation drops into the 70s or 80s, which is very concerning. So I have been on oxygen pretty much full time now. Here is some albuterol, which is what I nebulize. And by the way, I cannot be bothered with wearing makeup today. I am in a lot of pain. My arthritis and EDS is still flared up. It's been over a month now. I did not sleep well last night. My allergies and my pain was keeping me up all night. My mast cell allergies have still been flared up. Going on a few months now. Honestly, probably 6 months or more. But in the last 3 months, it's been really bad. So that's why I'm barefaced today. I honestly don't have the energy to wear makeup most days. I usually only wear makeup to vlog. So I am packing all the supplies that I need at the hospital to change in and out of my hospital gown. I'm gonna have to disconnect from my IV fluids. So I am taking obviously the IV in my backpack along with the supplies that I need. So put that in there. And then I have a couple of alcohol pads. And I have a couple of saline flushes, of course, hand sanitizer. And then I have an end cap, like an Curo's alcohol cap, and little syringe tips for the other end of the line. This goes on the end of my PICC line, and this goes at the end of the IV line. So yeah, that's all going in there, so I am prepared. And I'm gonna try to eat something before I go. I'm gonna try to have this little Happy Tot. It's baby food. Fiber and protein, organic pears, kiwi, and kale. This is a really healthy, it's organic. Yeah, it's organic and non-GMO. And it is sugar-free. The only sugar in here is natural sugar. When my cyclic vomiting syndrome and other stomach conditions are flared up and I can't eat, I will have this. Of course, as long as I can hold food down. This should keep me going for a few hours. So it does have 3 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber, 11 grams of sugar, which is natural, like I said, so that's good when my blood sugar gets low. This is also something that I carry in my backpack for that reason. I'm gonna have this, got everything in my backpack that I need, and then we are gonna head out. So I will see you guys either on the road or at the hospital. Hi guys, so it is actually 3 days later. I had my blood clot ultrasound on Wednesday and today is Saturday. I was totally done after my appointment. I crashed and I just did not have the energy to film. I just couldn't for the life of me. You know, between just being flat out exhausted and just drained and not having any energy in me whatsoever. I have so much going on. I've had a horrible chest pain still and shortness of breath despite being on 3 liters of oxygen, 3 liters per minute of supplemental oxygen. So all that being said, I have been having it rough, so filming has been quite a challenge. I am trying my best, but I really am sorry that I'm not putting out enough videos as I'd like to, but just hang with me. And by the way, check out my shirt. It says, "Be a kind human." That's highly recommended. Not the shirt, but the advice. So that was my IV beeping. I'm on my second bag right now. It's in my backpack. I have a little makeup on because I had a little meeting with Mighty Well earlier. If you guys don't know, I am a Mighty Well ambassador. Mighty Well is an awesome site for medical needs. They have masks, they have port shirts, they have PICC line covers, they have like pill cases, they have clothing, they have a lot of stuff. So if you're interested, I have a promo code. You can get 10% off if you use my code, and that is ClaireW10. It is linked below. If you click the link below, it'll send you right there, but it is mighty-well.com. So now about the blood clot, because of course that's what this video is about. So I actually got the results of my ultrasound right away. The technician knows me because I have been there so many times over the years. I have been going every week for my checkups to see how the blood clot is doing, and he was nice enough to give me the results then and there, so I didn't have to wait for my hematologist to call me back the next day, so that's pretty awesome. But unfortunately, I didn't get good news. My blood clot is the same. So last week it progressed, it got bigger, and as of this week it has not gotten any smaller. It is the same size despite being on Lovenox shots twice a day. You know, I've been doing this treatment. I've been on blood thinners for a month now. On the 4th it'll be a month, so just about a month. And it's, you know, it's concerning to all of my doctors and care team that the blood clot got bigger. So yeah, I don't understand why the treatments aren't helping. I know blood thinners are not necessarily supposed to break up the clot, but they are supposed to prevent the clot from getting bigger and from other clots from forming. So I'm gonna speak with my hematologist again next week after another ultrasound, and if it hasn't gotten bigger, or if it still hasn't gotten any smaller, or if it has gotten bigger again, then we will have to talk about some other options. Blood clots are already fatal. They take, I believe it's 6 people per minute die of blood clots. I know more people die from blood clots than breast cancer. They were going back and forth for 3 weeks now about what to do with my PICC line situation, because my hematologist and my cardiologist decided it had to go, like pretty much right away. They thought that maybe that's what was causing the clots. But I had a meeting with my rheumatologist who thinks that it is not from the central line, but it is from my EDS. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, we believe type 3. We are actually starting to think that I have the vascular type of EDS since I've had so many complications in the last couple of years. You know, ruptures and hospital stays from blood clots and organs not functioning well and just like a lot of issues and flare-ups, and he thinks that's associated with the EDS. So I do need to see a geneticist to get more testing to find out if that is the cause and if I do have vascular type EDS or what type I have, to be sure, because we weren't sure. I did have a clinical diagnosis of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so we're not exactly sure what type I have. The vascular type of EDS is the most fatal, so hopefully I don't have that. I have enough fatal conditions as it is. So, but faith over fear. I am not going to worry about it. I am just really happy because my care team finally made a decision on my line. So they decided that the line had to go, but they didn't know what they were going to replace it with in order for me to keep getting my daily IV fluids for my POTS. And they finally decided. My mom and I were getting so stressed out because they were just going back and forth, and we were afraid they were going to pull my line without giving me something else to replace it with, because they were saying it was so risky for me, especially being immunocompromised. I would end up living in the hospital if I didn't have a line, because I do need daily fluids. My vitals are horrible without them. In fact, they're pretty unstable even with my daily fluids, so it's something that's very vital for me. So thank God they finally came to a decision about what they're going to replace it with, which is a port. I have had 2 ports already, a chest port. It's basically the same thing as the PICC line. It's a catheter that goes inside of the vein and goes straight to the heart. The difference is it doesn't have as far to travel because it's already on your chest. I actually have a couple scars from this is the last PICC line I had, or the last port, and then the one before that. I don't know if you could see that. Got some mast cell rashes going on, as usual. It's pretty old. I had this one years ago, like maybe 8 years ago. 7, 8 years ago, so that one's barely noticeable now, which is awesome. Scars heal, y'all. This scar looked horrible a year ago, and I honestly haven't done much to it except for put castor oil on it sometimes, and it's healed up so well, so I'm so grateful for that. Celebrate the little things, y'all. Okay, so I'm really tired, and I just wanted to give you guys that update. I am really happy about getting a port placed probably next week. Of course, we're going to follow up on the status of my blood clot, and I'm going to continue for now with the Lovenox shots twice a day, and hopefully prayers that the blood clot will actually start to shrink. It's put a lot of stress on my mom and I, so we're normally not the type of people that stress out. We just give it to God, let go and let God. But this has been, my doctors have been really concerned, so I think seeing my doctor's concern has made my mom and then I more concerned. So the whole situation has just been stressful, trying to get them to figure out what they were going to replace my line with took forever. It was like pulling teeth. So I'm just so grateful that they finally came up with a decision. It's going to be a chest port with 2 lumens, a double lumen. That should help me with my daily treatments. I can get my IV fluids through that, as well as any meds that I need through my line. I do not have venous access when I am in the ER. They go through my PICC line most of the time, because 9 times out of 10, I have no veins that are accessible. They just blow. Every single vein blows. If I'm lucky, they'll get a vein in my hand. That's literally the only place that I might be accessible if I'm like not severely dehydrated, but I'm usually severely dehydrated, even with my IV fluids and drinking a ton of water. Brain fog, hold on. Is it a gallon? I can't think right now. I drink a lot of water, let's just say that. I am gonna just rest, and it is about like 7:30 right now, and I'm honestly ready for bed. So I am just gonna rest and get ready to sleep. I'm gonna wait for my IV fluids to finish running because they wake me up in my sleep and that is no fun. So yeah, after I take care of that, it's bedtime for me. And that is it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. I love you to pieces. Please take care and remember to like this vlog if you liked it. Please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I will see you guys next time. Bye.